Hello students, welcome to FYBAC class. Today we are going to discuss about the isolation techniques of bacteria from the chapter Microbial Cultivation and Growth of FYBAC paper MB 122 Microbial Cultivation and Growth. The learning objectives of this lecture is to understand isolation methods of bacteria, pour plate method and spread plate method. Let's discuss in detail the pour plate method which we can use for the isolation of bacteria. In case of the pour plate method, the bacterial culture and the liquid agar medium are mixed together. The next step is after mixing the medium with the bacterial culture, it will be poured into sterilized petri dishes or the petri plates, which allow them to be solidified and then incubated under proper condition and the temperatures. After incubation of these petri plates, colonies will appear on the surface of the agar. In case of the pour plate method, first one is the dilution of the sample. We have to carry out the dilution of the sample. How to dilute the sample? For that you can take 1 gram or the 1 ml of the sample. Then it is mixed with 99 ml of sterile saline aseptically. This leads to 1:10⁻²⁴ dilution of the sample. Now from this mixture add 1 ml into the tubes containing 9 ml of sterile saline by using sterile pipette, which leads to the 1:10⁻³ dilution. Make several dilution as the process mentioned above, which leads to the formation of dilution like 1:10⁻⁴, 1:10⁻⁵, and 1:10⁻⁶. Now you can select any dilution for the further experiment by using. Now this is the dilution scheme which we used. So here you can see this is your conical flask which consists of the sample. Now from this sample we have taken 1 ml of the sample and added into the test tube which consists of 9 ml of broth. Now if you have added 1 ml of sample in first tube which consists of 9 ml of sterilized broth, this will be your 10⁻⁻⁴ dilution. Again if you take 1 ml of sample from this first tube and add into the second tube which consists of 9 ml of sterile broth, this will be your 1 divided by 100 dilution, which we can call it as a 10⁻⁻² dilution. Again transferring 1 ml of solution from the previous tube into the next tube, which leads to the formation of 10⁻³ dilution. Then again by repeating the process for 2 to 3 times, finally you will get 10⁻⁻⁶ dilution of the sample. Now if you have taken the sample from the first tube and spread it or pour it on the nutrient agar plate, then you can see from the first and the second sample so many bacterial colonies will be formed on the agar plate. So to study the pure culture, we should have the medium should have minimum number of colonies, and therefore preferably the dilutions which we have selected, it may be 10⁻⁻⁵ or 10⁻⁻⁴, -4, -5, -6 dilution can be selected. Now how we can count the viable number of cells which are present within a particular test tube. So if suppose if we have taken the sample from 10⁻³ dilution, now how many colonies are appear on that plate. Suppose 159 colonies are formed on that nutrient agar plate. So this will be your number of colonies. So 159, that is the plate count. Now it was multiplied by dilution factor. What is the dilution factor? 10 raised to minus 3. So if we multiply plate count with that of the dilution factor, you will get the CFU, that is the colony forming unit, per milliliter of original sample. So 10 raised to minus 3 dilutions will consist of 1.59 into 10 raised to 5 cells or the colony forming unit per milliliter of original sample. So if you take out 1 ml of this medium and mix it with a 9 ml of fresh sterile liquid medium, we will have 100 microorganisms in 10 ml or 10 microorganisms per ml. So if we had add 1 ml of this suspension into another 9 ml of fresh sterile liquid medium, each ml will consist of a single microorganism. So if this tube shows any microbial growth, there is a very high probability that this growth is resulted from the introduction of single organism in the medium, and it will represent the pure culture of that organism. So methodologies of the pure culture: take 1 ml mixture from any dilution with the help of sterile pipette. Inoculate it into sterile nutrient agar bud, which is having a temperature of 45 degrees Celsius. Now, nutrient agar bud, it is the medium which consists of approximately 20 ml of nutrient agar medium into tube, which is maintained in liquefied condition at 50 degrees Celsius. Shake the nutrient agar bud in order to distribute the sample properly. Pour the content in sterile Petri plate and allow it to solidify. Incubate the plate at proper temperature for 24 hours. Analyze the colonies qualitatively and quantitatively. Calculate the number of colonies which are formed on the agar surface. This will give the number of organisms which are present within that diluted sample. So to calculate the total number of microorganisms in the initial sample, multiplies number of colonies by diluting factor. So this diagram will illustrate the procedure of pour plate method. Now this is your agar bud, nutrient agar bud, which consists of melted agar medium approximately 20 ml. Within that we have added the suspension, original culture suspension. Mix well, then pour it into the empty Petri plate and allow that Petri plate to be solidified. Incubate it at proper time and the temperature relationship, and on the next day you will find the colonies are appearing on the agar surface. Some of the disadvantages of this pour plate method is that in some of the cases the microorganism they may get trapped beneath the surface of the medium when it gets solidifies. Surface as well as subsurface colonies are developed, and therefore it is difficult to isolate and count the subsurface colonies. The method of pour plate is tedious, time consuming, and it requires skill. The microorganism in this case they are subjected to heat shock because the liquid medium is maintained at 45 degrees Celsius temperature. Now, this kind of the method is unsuitable for isolation of saccharophilic kind of bacteria which will grow at the lowest temperature. Up till now, we have discussed two methods which we can use for the isolation of bacteria, like the strict plate method and pour plate method. third, the most important method which is routinely used by the microbiologists for the isolation of bacteria are the spread plate technique. Now, the advantage of this method is that in spread plate method, the bacteria suspension is uniformly distributed on the solid agar by using a glass spreader, and therefore this technique is known as the spread plate technique. With the help of sterile pipette, add 1 ml of given sample into sterile 99 ml saline containing flask, and then add 1 ml of this mixture into 9 ml saline containing tube. Repeat the process for several times. So in order to achieve a specific dilution. So in this case also you have to first carry out the dilution of the sample to reduce the microbial load which is present within that sample. Then place 0.1 ml of any prepared solution on sterile nutrient agar plate with the help of sterile pipette. Then sterilize your glass spreader by flaming it. First you have to dip it into the alcohol and then just hold it on the burner. So it will carry out the proper sterilization of the glass spreader. Allow it to cool between two burners. Then spread the drop of suspension uniformly over the agar surface with the help of sterilized spreader. Incubate the petri plate for 24 hours at appropriate temperatures and observe the colonies on next day. Calculate the number of colonies which are formed on the agar surface. So this will give the number of microorganisms which are present within that diluted sample. So to calculate the total number of organisms which are present within the initial sample, multiply the total number of colonies by dilution factor. So this diagram will illustrate the spread plate method. First, make the dilution of your sample, then from diluted sample, you can take 0.1 ml of the sample which was taken by using the sterile pipette on the sterile nutrient agar plate. Now, this kind of the apparatus is known as the glass spreader. By using that glass spreader, you can spread the suspension or uniformly on the surface of nutrient agar plate. After incubation, you will get isolated colonies on the surface of agar plate. Now, what are the advantages of this spread plate method? So, it is possible to count or enumerate the number of microorganisms which are present within that suspension by using spread plate method. Now, in this case, only surface colonies are developed and therefore they are easy to pick up. Now, in case of the spread plate method, microorganisms are not exposed to higher temperature. These are the references. Thank you.